Hey everybody, Jeff here. I got a great video here for you this week. We're talking about this big open space here. So we just installed these cabinets. This is a full depth cabinet over the refrigerator. And so what do you do when you end up with a taller space like this? Well, we've got a great little project for you today to build a little flap door that will hang here, that will disguise this for you.
You want this alright? Well, this alright, too good to be true. You want this alright? Well, this alright, too good to be true. Gonna make you feel good.
Okay, so we're going to start off with a piece of this wood here. Now this is matching wood that the cabinet maker gives you to use for like spacers, you know, when you have to put, you know, pieces like these little guys in there. So this is as big as they make, which is 6.5 inches. I was trying to get maybe 7.5, but 6.5 will be fine. And we'll have to cut this down, but we'll make it about 6.5 by 30. And you can see that if we hang it from up here, it will pretty much cover most of the gap from what most people see. Okay, so we're going to cut up a piece and just make a little flap door here. And then we got this nice little expensive piece, but man, is this gorgeous here, this applique that's going to sit right on top of the wood, and these are grapes. Very, very, very classy. Okay, so now we have this other knob here, and we'll probably mount the knob somewhere on the bottom there. We'll figure out a good spot for it. And so that's how that's going to work. And then what we have is we're going to use a piano hinge here. And we'll mount the piano hinge on the back of this, and it will mount onto the back of this ledge up here. If you look up here on the cabinet here, we'll mount it to the back of this ledge right up here, and that way the door will swing freely. It will just hang by that piano hinge and swing freely. So let's get started on that. Okay, so now coming back over to the hole here, we're going to measure going all the way across here to see how big to make our flap door. Now what I want to do is keep an 1/8 of an inch reveal on the left side and on the right side. So this will allow for, you know, the door to swing properly, and it will also allow us to account for any kind of expansion or shifting or movement or anything that the building takes over the coming years. Sometimes, you know, wood might expand a bit. Sometimes your hinge could get a little bit out of whack and not swing properly and cause the door to scrape against like the side here. So we're going to give an 1/8 of an inch reveal on either side, which should be plenty enough. It's similar in concept to when you're laying the laminate flooring. And when you're doing laminate flooring or installing wood flooring, you know, what you have to do there is the same thing. You have to leave 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch reveal all the way around the perimeter of the floor to allow the floor to expand. Okay, so I take a measurement at the top and at the bottom because you have to go with which one has the smallest dimension. So here you can see we're about 1/16 of an inch under 33 inches. So if you back off 1/4 of an inch, because you have to do an 1/8 inch on the left and you have to do an 1/8 inch space on the right side of this flap door. So we're going to end up with 1/16 of an inch below 32 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so I have my dimension marked there. There's your 1/16 of an inch there under 32 3/4. And in this case here, we thought it would be a good idea to mark it with the edge of the tape instead of drawing a line, because I want to be really accurate. So I'm going to do this one on my table saw, and I'll set the kerf of the blade to end right on the edge of this tape. Okay, so I wanted to show you how the cut is going to be made here on the table saw. So the edge of my tape is right here, a nice sharp line. And then if you look there, see where the kerf of the blade is? So we're going to align the left side of that blade with the line on the tape here. That is how the cut is going to be made, so that it'll be absolutely accurate. It'll be cut exactly on the dimension that we chose. And all we do is we hold the wood up against the fence here on the table saw, and we'll be coming at it like, of course this will be locked down. So then you just slide it forward into the blade. Now, of course, you should have your guard up there on there. We sometimes take it off just so we can see better what we're doing. We're experienced at this. We know what we're doing. We take all safety precautions. We wear our earmuffs, we wear eyewear, we stay away from the danger zone. So we're very, very careful about what we're doing, and we always retract the blade as soon as we're done with the cut. As soon as you're done with your cut, you stop, you don't move, you don't do anything until the blade comes to a complete stop. Visually, you have to visualize it, because remember, the vacuum will be on. You might not hear that the blade is still going, so you have to visualize it and see that your blade is stopped. So anyway, we're going to make the cut now. And I just wanted to show you the reason why I go through all of this with the setting the blade and all that. I think too many people make cuts incorrectly when they cut wood. They'll mark it with some big thick line, and well, now where do you set the blade? Well, they don't know about that. So what they do is they make a big thick line, and then their blade just slices right through it, and they're probably taking off too much wood at the time, or leaving too much wood on. So by doing it this way here, lining up the edge of the tape here with the left edge of the kerf like I showed you, that makes a much more accurate cut. Okay, so we've made our cut there, and you can see we cut it right along the edge of the tape. So now let's go check it out, make sure it dry fits fine. This would be a perfect time, if you haven't already, to hit the subscribe button down below. And once you hit that subscribe button, you'll see that little gray bell. Click on that, and that will alert you to every time we put a new video, so that you'll never miss a video. And also, if you like our video here, you can click on the thumbs up button down below. That lets us know that you like us. And any questions you have, please enter them in the comments down below too. So there it is, dry fitted like a glove. It goes all the way over to the other end too, same thing, good. So now we have our width set. Now we can glue on our applique. Alright, so now to attach the applique, what I got here is I drilled 2 holes in here in the back of it. And I think screwing it in from behind is probably the best way to do it. And you can see I've already got 2 pilot holes on the back of it. So I think it's best if we just screw it right on like this. You want to make sure, of course, that it's nice and centered in there. And we also, on this one, we decided we can't use the cabinet knob, and I'll tell you why. Because if I leave this thing like up in the center, if I put it center like where I want it to, and then put the knob here, this will be up vertically too high, and it's going to bang into the upper cabinet when I try to flip open this door. So we can't use it. We have to abandon the idea of using a cabinet knob on here, unless we put the knob on here, which I think would look kind of weird. So we're just going to leave it like it is, and the people can always reach under from behind and just flap it with their finger. I'll show you once it's up in place what I mean. But for now, we're going to have to mount this applique a little lower than we expected on the board here, and then just hang it like that. Okay, so we have the applique here is now screwed onto the front. I'll show you what it looks like on the back. I just got 2 screws holding it in there. These are temporary until we're absolutely certain, once we hang this, that this won't bang into the bottom side of the upper cabinet and prevent this door from swinging properly up. So let's go ahead and get this hung now. Okay, so here's the view from behind of what our hinge looks like there. See, so I've just got it in place now with 3 screws on either end there. And so it just opens out forward like that and swings back, and it should hang vertical. So let's take a look at it on the outside of it. So we're going to walk around to the front here. So there's the applique and the door just hanging there. And it swings out and goes up, just the way it's supposed to. And it hangs perfect. You want it to hang right here, is about as flush as you can get it. And you may have to play with the adjustment of your hinge there, but you really don't get much room for adjustment. So what I would suggest is that when you put the hinge up here, when you're setting it up, make sure you see where it is and how it will hang. And other tricks you can do is you could probably get a magnet and put it like on the wall in there. If your door was, say, it was hanging forward like that too much, the magnet would suck it back and keep it vertical for you. Or you can use Velcro. You can maybe even try different types of hinge other than the piano hinge that we used there. Okay, so now with the refrigerator back in place, all I got to do is just lift it up here by the left hand side here. So not a problem. And there it is, fully attached, hanging beautifully. See, when you're opening the door, you want to make sure you leave enough clearance so that this doesn't bump up against the bottom of the cabinet door there. That's all you got to worry about. Well, we come to the end of our kitchen remodeling project, and man, what a piece of engineering this was, huh? So what started out as a really ugly old kitchen with a huge ugly wall here. We tore that wall down, we made this nice half wall, we made this nice granite counter here, and you can see all of the wonderful work we were able to get done here around the whole kitchen. We did this nice little door with a piano hinge over the refrigerator, huh? And look how modern this kitchen looks. And if you remember what it looked like before, it was disgusting. You had the suspended ceiling with the plastic lighting that was all the way across here. We got rid of all that. We had to put drywall up against the cement slab up there with a 1.5 inch space using a bunch of 2x4s. We added our wafer LED lighting up there. We built out this hole here, this opening. We built it out wider here so that we could fit this corner cabinet in here. And then we built up, this used to be flat all the way out to the patio, if you remember. And we built up this, we boxed this up nicely with a nice 6-inch ledge and put an extra granite countertop there. And we also built the window down a few more inches from the ceiling so that we could fit one more cabinet here, see? Because let me tell you something, in condos, you can't have too much storage space. So this is a complete engineering success, folks, and we hope you like this. And if you like this video, if this was useful for you, we appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up down below. And any questions or comments you have, leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you can come back and binge watch many of our other engineering videos. And when you click on that subscribe button, it's so important. Click that little gray bell icon. That will tell you every time we upload a new video. It'll alert you to it so you can come back and binge watch some more. So that's it for this week, folks, and we'll see you on the next video.